AY and his wife have decided to end their union, and the sad thing is this: these people have known each other for 20 years. They have been married for about, I don't know, maybe 13 to 14 years, but they have known each other for 20 whole years. And you can't help but wonder, if a woman can walk out of a marriage with a man she has known for 20 years, what must have triggered that? I mean, we know that Nigerian women are the most patient people in the world. They know how to relate when it comes to marriage because of the way they are conditioned, like right from an early stage or right from an early age. You hear your parents say things like, is this how you're going to act in your husband's house? A woman is not supposed to be angry. A woman is not supposed to do this. A woman is not supposed to do that. So this social conditioning has a way of making Nigerian women extremely patient when it comes to marriage. So when I first heard about this marriage breakup, I was like, a man she has known for 20 years, something must have triggered her. So let's get into all that. Are you ready? Let's go. In this video, we will be discussing a whole lot, including the Big Brother Naija male housemates that started chiking Mabel after he heard that she wasn't happy in her marriage, and how AY almost removed the Bobos Eze. So we're going to be talking about that. We're also going to be talking about the list of AY's women and the straw that broke the camel's back. So if you're ready, hey, I am. Gist lover broke the news that AY's wife had moved out of their matrimonial home, and AY minutes later put up this post on his Instagram page. It reads, many people believe that staying silent simply means that one is incapable of dealing with issues. Projecting a negative narrative against someone who is not struggling to defend himself doesn't mean he is weak. Some of us are just logical enough to understand. The difference between opinions, values, beliefs, and facts. The personality and ability that I possess simply confirm that I have reached that stage in my life where I cannot be entertaining the public with deep personal family issues. They just might be too much to handle concerning the individuals involved. Not even when I have a grown-up daughter who has access to social media. Her mental health needs to be protected from seeing things she cannot be proud of online. Yes, without compromising my family, I have found myself doing things that I am not proud of today. It is one thing to watch my friendship/marriage of 20 years slip off my hands, but it's another thing for the parties involved to understand how to appropriate the blames in a space that is designed for most women to always play the victims and win. I can tell you for free that no one is completely innocent enough to cast stones. Presently, I am loving the way that lies about me in all these blogs are traveling faster than the truth, but my painful truth will eventually beat away all the lies. Well, as expected, moments later, AY's estranged wife put up this on her Instagram. Distance is my new response to disrespect. I don't react, I don't argue, I don't dive into the drama. I simply remove myself. 100. Yeah, that's what she replied. And then the stories began to flow. You can tell that the bloggers have taken sides. With Stella Cockles, of course, I feel like her informant is probably AY. Cutie Jules' informant, probably Mabel, or maybe her friends. So let's see what these blogs have been saying about each of the couple. Recall that when Gislova broke the news, she alleged that AY went physical on his wife, but according to both narratives from Cutie and Stella, they never mentioned any physical altercation. My point is this: can AY, a man that is 3 feet, be 4 feet, can he beat this woman? Well, I don't know about that. You never can tell with these things. So let's get into the crux of the matter. So according to Cutie, who is an anonymous blogger, she said Mabel was in the compound but in a separate apartment from AY's. She only waited to get a place safe and big enough for herself and the children so she can move out of the compound but not out of the home. She has moved from the side of the home they both share together way since, and they have broken off since. Don't believe all this nonsense agenda people are saying Mabel also cheated. She didn't. You only cheat on someone you're in a relationship with, not someone you have broken up with. So apparently these people were living under the same roof, but they were apparently separated. More like in the eyes of the public, they were a couple, but within themselves, they knew the marriage had broken beyond being fixed. And of course, Charlie Boy has also come out to support AY, saying, I beg, make una leave AY alone. It is not always true that a broken marriage is a reflection of failure, but rather an opportunity for growth and self discovery. Sometimes the most broken marriages produce the strongest individuals. 20 years no be beans, una well done, AYD okay. It's unfortunate that happens. Who never F up? Raise your hands. So meanwhile, here is the reason AY is the play hot. According to Cutie, she says AY is not hot that Mabel left him. Now, person wey collect Mabel from the pain and pass. Imagine AY had this big show on Easter Sunday. Now that same Easter Sunday, where the young handsome single APC guy gave Mabel the keys to her new home. This thing hurts AY, yo. Belle, so no worry. Justice for AY. This cutie is such a troll. So let's get to see some of AY's women according to Cutie Jules. Number 1 is Ebube Nwabo. Ebube Nwabo is a superstar Nollywood actress, and she used to date singer Casey way back until he took her home, and according to the gist then, his parents served her food in the room and she didn't bring the plates downstairs. Now his mama say, my pikin, you no fit marry this girl. That was how the relationship between Ebube Nwabo and Casey ended up. Although rumor has it that they still, we're exchanging some meet and greet, genital meet and greet here and there, but you never can tell with these rumors. But Ebube is single. I think she's 41 or 42. So according to Cutie, she is number 1 on the list. Number 2 on the list is Aneka from the Big Brother Naija Double Wahala season. I am not even going to lie, to an extent, I kind of believe this one because I was shocked to see her performing at EY Live that held on Easter Sunday. Like, this girl performed as a musician. I didn't even know she was a musician. I was like, oh my god, Abby, wasn't it I think it was at AY show, not so sure, but I think it was at AY show. But to be very honest, I was shocked to see her. I was like, from where to where? So somehow, I think I can kind of buy the story. Well, about Aneka, before her sojourn in the Big Brother Naija Double Wahala season, that is CC season, Aneka was a TV presenter with Linda Ikeji TV. And she had so much inferiority complex during the show because acne was so much on her face. But after the show, the baby girl cleaned up and even went for liposuction. Yes, so she did her BBL and came out clean. So according to Cutie Jules, Aneka is one of AY's Sherry Coco. Next on the list is Juliet Ibrahim. Juliet Ibrahim is a Ghanaian actress. To be very honest, I don't believe this story because I know Juliet has known AY for the longest time. She has always featured in his skits. Then he had this skit, I can't even remember the name. Is it AY something? I can't remember. So to be very honest, I don't believe this story. I feel like AY's wife may be the typical Nigerian wife that when she sees a woman smiling with her husband, she goes, that's one of his side chicks. For this one, I am not so sure. Then we have Lillian Esoro, according to Cutie Jules. Lillian is somebody who has known AY for a very long time. I mean, Lillian is from Delta State and AY grew up in Delta State. I mean, I have known Lillian with AY for the longest time, even before he got married to Mabel. So this one, I don't believe. Besides, Lillian is known for dating footballers, oil magnates. The girl loves money, and the type of money she likes, AY cannot give it to her. So you see this one, I no believe him too. But again, according to Q's, Lillian is among. The next we have, of course, Lily Afebai. So here we have the beautiful Lily Afebai, who was allegedly rumored to be dating the late Herbert Wigwe. So I don't know. This one they are attaching her with AY. To be very honest, this one I don't know at all. And then they also talks of how a certain Big Brother Nigeria housemate got pregnant for AY the first time, and then the second time the wife got to know. And a lot of people have been like, "That's Alex. That's Alex." Like, and funny enough, Alex deactivated her Instagram like a couple of weeks ago, and then people are like, that's why she deactivated. She knew what was coming. Like, how is she a spirit? I definitely know that it is not Alex. Alex is a very decent human being. I don't believe Alex will do that to Mabel, because Mabel loved Alex from the first time Alex appeared on Big Brother Nigeria House. It was true Mabel that Alex got to meet the meddling boss. In fact, Mabel paid for a couple of her styling before, so they've had a pretty good relationship. And I remember the first time Lover wrote about that, Alex replied and said, prove it. And people were like, oh, AY's wife does not like Alex again. And it wasn't long. AY had his child dedication and Alex was present. So I think that's kind of ended the rumor. Surprised to see that pop up again with people saying it's Alex, it's Alex, it's Alex. And I am 100% sure it can't be Alex. Alex is one of the most decent girls out of BBNaija. She's not materialistic, she's not greedy, she's on her lane doing her thing. So involving her in this is a no. And so earlier today, Stella Cocos broke the camel's back with these explosive details of what she claimed transpired in the marriage between Mabel and AY. She said, behind the curtain story of how friends tried to save the laugh maker's marriage that crashed. By laugh maker, she means comedian. Inside are whispering how friends try to save the crashed marriage of the laugh maker that is currently making the rounds. Sit back as you are taken through the whole event played out the day she moved out. Friends allege that the madam of the house suddenly started returning home at ungodly hours and dressing in very short attire. Sometimes she would come in at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. and she had no apologies or stories to back up her behavior. On one of those nights, as she stepped in, the laugh maker was waiting for her, and when she came, he asked her where she was coming from, and she told him that she owed him no explanations, and he raised his voice on her with a threat. She ran outside and stayed there for a while and made the first post on Instagram that went viral. Yeah, you remember that post? That was the first post talking about I am tired, I am doing this. Yeah, I remember, but I cannot remember the exact words too. Insiders allege that the post went really viral and friends immediately rallied round to save the situation. An embarrassing follow-up. A top and well-connected friend visited and had a moment with Madame, and she was asked what the laugh maker did that made her want to leave. She allegedly said she was tired and wanted more, and that he had nothing to offer her. She claimed he had seized the car, but that was not so. The friend convinced both of them and took them out for dinner to try to make peace, but the dinner went seriously south. And while trying to talk, Madame shut down the laugh maker. And while trying to talk, Madame shut down the laugh maker, and he quietly left after a mini verbal brouhaha. Another time, the laugh maker was seated in the living room waiting for her with their baby on his lap, and she stepped in around 2 a.m. and there they had verbal altercations and words were exchanged. Madame allegedly told him if he seized the car, new one would arrive the next day. France rallied round again, and 8 peacemakers took the fighting couple to dinner and had a long talk with them. Things they happen. Oh, hey. At the dinner with the 8 friends present, peace was reached and both parties apologized to each other, and the friends promised to fly them to the final of AFCON in a private jet if Nigeria made it to the finals. Both Madame and the laugh makers excitedly said it would be great to attend. When Nigeria made it to the finals, all plans were made, but Madame did not show up at the airport and did not pick up her phone and was nowhere to be seen, and the friends who had arranged several peace meetings officially backed out of the scenario. Meanwhile, Madame continued with the late nights and allegedly boasted that if she wanted a house in Banana Island, she would get it. Hey, political money, Mado. She always arrived home with police escort to pick up things, and Laugh Maker was spotted always making videos of events as a spectator. She allegedly came and went as she pleased and could not be questioned. On a Monday 2 weeks ago, she packed her things and said she was leaving and nobody could stop her. Laugh Maker's elder sister allegedly tried to talk sense into Madame, but she said that the marriage was no longer the same because his behavior had pushed her to do things she could not undo. She packed and zoomed off with her friend in tow, and the police man escorting her to her new destination. She also informed Laugh Maker that she had contacted a lawyer to see to the divorce. The new man is whispered to be someone in government in Lagos State. It is also alleged that Madame briefly romanced it is also alleged that Madame briefly romanced a Big Brother Naija housemate, but the affair ended when the Laugh Maker warned the reality TV star to stay away from his wife or get what's coming to him. Friends who tried to make peace say the blame to the marriage breakup is 50-50, but the Laugh Maker was too in love with his wife to notice that someone else come to his tree to pluck his fruits. Insiders say that those praying for them to come back as a couple should change their prayer points because things have fallen apart and the center cannot hold again. When I read Stella Koko's version, I was contemplating. My mind was racing. I was like, who could be the male Big Brother Naija housemate? Is it Pere? I couldn't think of anybody. And of course, trust bloggers to do the math for us. And Cutie came up with this. Yes, the Olori Bruku disrespectful Neo went trying to toast after he confirmed how AY had impregnated BBN girl and how other low-class girls that AY was sleeping with. Neo also confirmed through mutual friends in the industry of how unhappy Mabel was because of the way AY was bokoring her and sleeping with every female sleepable. And Neo being a confirmed gigolo who prays who preys on financially established women who are going through emotional breaks, decided to shoot his shot at Mabel because he knows Mabel has money. Mabel was so furious and reported Neo to AY. AY timed Neo at the gym and almost poked him up, if not the interventions of people around. AY, please, I know this at this time. I was even upset at Neo for his put guts of a gigolo. But why are you now twisting into blogs by saying Mabel had an affair with Neo? AY, be truthful. God, please, where is thunder? Hey, this is very funny and interesting. Okay, there have been several talks about Neo being a gigolo, which is very common with men from Delta states. But I think Neo needs to slow down a bit. He's doing so well as a person. He gets gigs, acting gigs, influencing gigs. I don't think he needs to be a gigolo to really make it. And why will you move to a woman who is still in her husband's house? Did she tell you? Well, Nigerian women can tell you they're tired 20 times, but they're not ready to leave. Trust me, when they are ready to leave, they'll make the move. So to be very honest, the whole AY story is sad. It's a really sad one. But then one thing I want to say is this. When you push a woman, it's obvious that this lady has taken so much. I would never forget the first time Stella Kokos reported their marriage issue, which was over 5 or 6 years ago, talking about how the lady had packed out and they rushed to do this, damage control, saying, no, nothing like that. It's not true. Even though Stella said she had videos to prove, but I love that she didn't push it. Since they had reconciled, she decided to take the fall. Okay, she gives fake news. She accepted it and didn't push further. But seeing this right now, seeing the way things have really gone bad to the point where the lady says enough is enough. See, one of the tenants I live by is this. Cheat back on a cheating man. You see, in this case, I am fully behind Mabel. I don't believe that a woman should stay faithful when her husband cheats. I don't care what anyone says, but I love her audacity. I love the fact that AY has seen that she has met somebody even better than him, a richer person, a politician for that matter, because currently AY is not doing so fantastically well. But I love that this lady has moved on, like moved on, even if they'll get back together sometime in the future. Well, until then. But for now, I love that she's living her life, she's enjoying herself, because there's a limit to what a woman can take. Most times Nigerian men feel like, oh no, just do, she'll stay, she's not going anywhere. But look at this lady, after 20 years she walked out with her head up high, even left her 2 children for him. Well, he's a good father, he will take good care of them. She has safety first, later her kids can join her, and then they can talk of co-parenting and all that. So one thing I want to say is this: if you're a man and you're married, ensure you're faithful to your wife, because one day monkey go market, go come back again. You'll be there saying, I don't care, no, I'm the man of the house, she doesn't have a choice. Who told you women don't have choice, don't have choices? Like, look at AY. My dear, look at AY, look at Neil. AY of all people, who would have thought? Now AY that was sleeping around with everything in skates is now the one living at the mercy of his wife, practically struggling to fix this marriage. Unfortunately, the trust is broken, and I don't see reconciliation happening anytime soon. Well, Society Hotspot wishes the couple the very best. I just hope they don't get to wash their linens in public, considering that they have a teenage daughter who is in maybe senior secondary school or university. I feel like they just need to take it easy and settle amicably, fight for the divorce. AY can find love and remarry. Hopefully in his next marriage he learns to act right. And guys, I noticed the similarity between all AY's women, alleged women. They are all tall. Looks like he has a thing for tall ladies. Well, guys, that's all on this AY's gist. Hope you enjoyed watching. If you got to this point, kudos, because I need to go take water. I have talked too much.